I love to travel. I love to travel and meet new people, go sightseeing, all the things that you see in books when you're a child, Leaning Tower of Pisa, whatever. I mean, I've been there. I've been there and I've taken pictures, taken the picture where you do that when you pretend you're holding the tower. Very silly, but I love to travel and meet new people. Making money playing guitar and making people happy, which this tour seems to do. So I have the best job in the world. I tend to prefer amps, lower watt amps, which means you can actually push them. Tubes sound better when they're having to work a little harder, which means you have to have the volume up to 6 or 7. When the power tubes start kicking in, that's when you get all the extra harmonics and overtones, and that's when the guitar sounds really good. We did some production rehearsals last year in America, and we're in an arena, and the sound guy comes up to me and says, "Can you please turn your amps down because you're drowning out this 15,000 watt PA." If I was doing a typical pub gig, I would have copies of the songs, preferably in order, on a cassette, or do people still use cassettes? I don't know. On a CD or whatever, little memory stick. And I would play them in the car so that the songs are in my head, especially if it's music that I've never heard before. I had a message from Stephen Wilson, who's an amazing musician that I had the pleasure of touring with. He sent me a message and asked me if I would do a guest appearance with the band at the Royal Albert Hall. I actually set up my amps and my pedal board in my living room, obviously not stage volume, just kind of quiet. But so I would get up in the morning and I would play through the song 2 or 3 times, and then in the evening I would do exactly the same thing, and kind of try and picture myself being on stage as well, because I knew I would be nervous. I knew that something like the Royal Albert Hall, it's a big deal. Whoever you are, playing that place it's historic. It's an incredible venue. So I just did that for Monday morning, Monday evening, Tuesday morning, Tuesday evening. Kind of closed my eyes, which I generally do anyway, and just kind of tried to picture that moment and try to imagine it, and imagine me being calm and performing it perfectly. Because a problem which most performers will face is nerves. So you need to prepare it as close as possible to the situation, which means standing up with the guitar on, with your pedal board in front of you, changing the patches. In a way, the job that I have at the moment is me playing covers because I'm playing someone else's material. I know how fussy Pink Floyd fans are, so I try and get as close to the original recording as possible. I treat the song as respectfully as possible and try and make the fans happy. Whereas if I'm playing a cover for my own enjoyment or in a covers band, then I like to inject some of my own personality in there. Look after yourself, actually. You see a lot of people that drink too much, maybe eat too much, take drugs, whatever. This is all stuff that doesn't help. Doesn't help the touring life, and especially nowadays with stuff like YouTube. You can go and do a terrible gig, and before you even get back in the van, it's on YouTube. And you all of a sudden you have a really bad reputation, and no one bothers going to see you. So just take it easy. If you're not used to touring, it's not an easy life. It's definitely not for everyone. Be good to yourself.